Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fans in Motion podcast, the only podcast you didn't know you needed. I'm looking at my friends here and I say, he's got a grin on his face. He says he loves the rat race. He always plays to win. Ed is coming out tonight. Say hello, Ed Ripepi.
Hello, Ed Ripepi.
Nice. Josh, how you been, buddy? It's been a while.
My trousers are real tight.
Well, that's a personal issue. Brentry?
And my skin is so white.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie is coming out tonight. We have the one and only Ed Ripepi with us tonight. Nice T-shirt.
Look at
There's
that.
the nipples.
Yeah.
Some guy actually did come up to me and say, "Hey, can I rub your nipples?" We were in
Whoa.
Texas Texas or Houston.
Wait a minute, buddy.
Touch your nipples. Because remember, Josh said one day if you see Ed rub his nipples,
Yeah.
Yeah,
some guy
Yeah.
asked me. I'm like,
Well,
we're gonna make him get you to twerk,
Yeah.
on the camera today.
We have a listener in Texas. Thank you.
One.
Yeah.
I think that's Sean McSparron, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be him.
Was this the first time we've had everybody, the whole band's together?
Well, it's been a while. I've
Just
been absent off and on, and
Yeah, it's
Josh
been
has
a
been
while.
kind of holding down the fort for everybody, but we're here.
Yeah, the three of us were with Brandvold on the Kiss episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And then I got COVID, and I was out for 2 weeks.
Oof.
yeah. So what are we doing this week, Andrew?
We put it out there to ask questions of the one and only. And Ed, what's your official title? Are you the tour manager, the road manager, or are you both?
Tour managers.
Tour manager.
Yeah.
So
Tour
we put it
manager.
out there. These segments are kind of fun. You guys did one with Eric. I wasn't part of that one, but it's kind of fun. We get to people ask questions that they've always had. People don't know what you do. We've all been fortunate enough to see you in action. I don't know how you do it. I've been with you when your phone won't stop ringing and you're got a computer in front of you and you're barking orders. You do this, you do this. Hello, yeah, got it. Andy, take these over there. I don't know if people appreciate how crazy your job is, but Josh, we have questions, so hopefully we're going to get some in-depth answers from the road manager, the tour manager himself. And Josh, you got the questions, right? So you're going to run this ordeal.
I got the questions. Listen, Ed wasn't at the last Night Ranger show, and it still got set up perfectly. So let's not build him up. too
Wow.
much.
That's bullshit he's setting me up.
Yeah,
That is
that's how you're going to be thanked. They're going to
edit. He'll edit that.
eliminate your position, and Angela will be selling merch and doing setting your shit up. So
Right.
anyway, so let's start out with this. So most everyone knows that Night Ranger in what was it, March there had to cancel a few shows that they had for that weekend and a couple shows here in April. Jack had some medical issues. So Edward, give us an update on Jack. How's he doing?
Jack is doing really well. Hold on. Do you need to stop and redo that, or you want me to just
No, you're fine. I'm going to actually. That's that is going to be the
open.
That's going to open the episode.
opening. That's going to be the picture of the episode.
All right. Jack's in a good spot. He feels great. He appreciates all the love from everybody. But he's in a good spot. And I had about an hour conversation with him last week and focused and asking questions and everything else. So we're good.
Yeah, like I tell people that like he's doing well. If he wasn't, those shows in May wouldn't still be on. They wouldn't be adding shows. Just everybody, especially Night Ranger fans, we're all definitely getting a little bit older. Just it's shit happens every now and then where you got to take a pit stop. So
and actually those shows were rescheduled already for September,
October.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those were rescheduled pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That day they were done.
Except for the Baltimore show. That one was completely canceled. But the 3-day weekend shows, so
October 24, 20, I'm sorry, 25, 26, 27, and then Chandler is on October 14th.
Yep. So they have all been rescheduled. So there you go. A little bit of an update on the Mr. Jack Blades. Why don't you give us a little bit of an update on the annual Danny Ripepi show? Some people have been asking about that. Is that there going to be a third one in the cards, or are we taking a break? What's going on there, Edward?
I think we are done.
No.
In a good way. So we reached multiple goals. We were able to donate $10,000 to the CYO Orchestra Foundation, and we were able to buy another dog for this time. It was for Brook Park, Ohio. So they got a dog coming to them. I think the bottom line is that I have to think about our family and self, and I think at the point now it's just a lot of memories sometimes and triggers. So I've chosen to not do another one. Plus, we are so busy this summer, I'm not gonna have time. So
Yeah.
kind of ride out on a high, and we did my brother's honor and name and whatnot, a good thing. And so I think everybody's happy where we're at, and we're probably gonna take it off on a high note and put it on the shelf.
Yeah, hard to top the CYO. That was really a show.
Well, even the first show in 2021 was it? Yeah. From what
one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah.
So
both of them were good, and I just it's enough. We did what we set out to do.
All right. So a few days ago, I made a post on the Facebook page, Fans in Motion. If you're not a member, go be one. All the cool kids are there. Asking, here's your chance to ask Night Ranger tour manager Ed Ripepi, spelled correctly, all those questions you are wanting answered. And we got some responses, some questions here. So we'll just jump right into it. Wendy Lather, she wants to know, Eddie, what? Eddie sound like Jack talking to you.
Eddie, you're up there.
Eddie.
He's living that tenderloin life.
I don't think I've ever called you Eddie. Just saying it felt weird. What's Ed's favorite Night Ranger song and why?
Okay, so outside of the hits, right? Whatever. I would say Penny and Call My Name.
I'll give you half a clap on that.
Well, Call My Name is me and Brent and I's
perfect.
favorite song.
Yeah.
So Penny, I think, has got like some good, a good hook and good chorus, and I love like the open guitars. Call My Name. You know when it struck me is when we had the Cleveland show with the orchestra, and I'm like, damn, that's a good song.
Yeah.
And then you don't see it now, but you'll see it eventually in the video. But Steve's video content was off the charts on that song, and I'm just sitting there mesmerized. And I even looked at it on the set list. I'm like, all right, I got to be on the stage at that one, And I was on stage a lot for that show, but I'm like, I got to be on stage for that song because I want to see it. And they did flute solo with it. So those are my two. Like, hey, those are some, in the words of all you Fans of Motion people, your deep tracks. So I mean, everybody likes Sister Christian. Everybody likes Don't Tell Me You Love Me, but I like those two.
Yeah. I mean, Call My Name is such a great song. Penny, I'm hit or miss with, but.
Yeah, like I think we argue, when we talked about on a previous episode, I think the issue of Penny with me was just the name. Like, even back in the early 80s, who knew a girl named Penny? It's like they might as well call the song Ethel. So
did you guys meet Penny in Nashville?
I did.
I did not.
Yeah.
But just for the record, Josh, I do know a Penny, and I was married to an Ethel.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
The Penny liked me in 8th grade, and I was not into Penny. And then that song comes out, I'm like, oh, it's Penny.
Mr. and Mrs. Andy and Ethel Parker.
True story.
Jesus Christ.
True story.
Was she like 79?
It was funny. Andy always knew he was going to get sex when she said, fill her up.
Jesus Christ.
I had an Aunt Ethel.
Yeah.
Everybody did back our age.
She made the best coconut cake, man. Coconut cream cake. Oh,
I had Aunt
hopefully
Ethel.
she's not watching this.
she's not. She's not with us anymore.
No,
But
my Ethel.
oh, your Ethel. My Aunt Ethel, 100% Jewish, married a 100% Catholic Italian guy. I lived the best. My Uncle Leo, and Aunt Ethel. Tell me those were
God, wow,
2 old school names.
Yeah, mine had a, she was a very pretty young lady, but had her grandmother's name. That's where the Ethel came from. Did not fit her.
Not at all.
I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
I remember asking Andy, I'm like, is her name really Ethel? He says, it's really Ethel. She doesn't look like an Ethel.
She does not.
She looks like she's under 60.
All right.
Emily Medler wants to know, Ed, I have a couple questions first. The first question, what is your favorite and least favorite part about being a tour manager? I could probably ramble off 17 right now of his least favorite parts. So Ed, what's your favorite and least favorite parts of being a tour manager?
Least favorite part would be when I advance a show and the promoter or the sales manager from the hotel says A, and I say A, but B happens when I get there, and then everybody looks at me like I didn't do my job, which doesn't happen very often, but because I babysit every opportunity I can and cover my ass any way I can. That's the hardest part, or most difficult part, or worst part. The best part is seeing, it's kind of like when I own the restaurant, when that piece of pizza or that order of pasta or whatever food I was coming out the door, and the wow factor, when I see the fans wow factoring, and the travel perks, those are the best parts.
Yeah.
So like you guys have seen all that craziness that happens all day long, and then you see the fans' reaction. That's priceless.
Yep. And it's weird where you'll get it at too. I mean, I just remember that Selena, Kansas show.
Holy moly, huh?
Who would have thought, and it was 3/4 full, but it was louder than a lot of so it's just weird where it pops up at. But
yep. That's a good call on that show. Yeah.
But yeah, just being, around, I won't say the show, but like hearing these guys talk or hearing Ed talk about, okay, there's an upcoming show and I think we got issues with it, and seeing all the phone calls and the stress. And I think I'm talking about a private show. I think, maybe the last one you guys did. So, so, I can see with your answer where that stress comes in at, and probably 10 minutes before a show trying to find either Carrie or Brad, usually one of them, Miranda off, or it's all of them really. Like there's times where you can't find Kelly. Like, where's Kelly?
Yeah, I was wondering who the hardest one was to keep the track of.
Carrie.
I'll say this. I mean, Ed, and I won't give a lot away, but when they played the Ryman, Ed and I was driving around with Ed, and his phone was going crazy, and he was juggling things, and I was exhausted listening to his end of the conversation of just trying to nail things down, and people just keep calling with last minute changes or last minute this, and Ed was just cool as a cucumber. But you could tell he's like, I can't appease everybody. Like, somebody has got to just stop. Stop asking favors. I don't have all the time because I have a show to put on.
Half those calls were from Jack.
No, and actually they weren't. They were from like, hey, I got a guy.
Yeah.
This guy. You're in Music City. You know somebody. Get a ticket. Yeah,
it was. I mean, I don't want to get into what was going on because I don't want to give away anything, but like it was just people. Everybody wanted to be at that show.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And apparently nobody wanted to pay for their ticket. That was the other thing. So
I wrote 24 #1 hits. Can you give me a ticket?
Yeah, that's like,
you know more people than I do, for God's sake.
You can call the Ryman, probably have a seat waiting for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Emily also wants to know, and do you know when the Night Ranger playing with the CYO Orchestra DVD will be released?
To cover all boundaries, let's just say sometime midsummer or
Oh,
early.
great.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
now April, mid-April. I would say midsummer. Be safe.
Oh, I was
Is it-
Are
thinking
we
the
looking-
fall. So good.
Are we looking at a Blu-ray release as well, or? I would hope so.
I know it was filmed for that.
Yep.
Whether it's going to be released at that, I just don't know.
Is it just
And
a
the other-
DVD release, or are you going to have a CD release? with
Right.
it?
I believe it's both.
Oh, yeah.
I believe. Again, don't hold me to task, but I
We
believe.
are holding you to task.
Yeah.
This is official record.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. This is
I believe.
Yeah.
I didn't have much to do with it.
Just do a lot of allegedly.
Let's check.
That covers everything.
There you go.
Brian Bless, I think, from Indiana, if I remember correctly. What was the worst venue for setup that Night Ranger and Ed have encountered? What's a horror story venue that you don't have to worry about pissing off that you can talk about?
You God, I can't name the name because you know how this works.
Or just describe why. Don't name the venue, but
Yeah, there could be an outdoor thing you had to do.
When people or venues aren't built for our size of a show. When you have a band the night before playing and you put all of our food hospitality in their dressing room refrigerator and think they're not going to take it.
Yeah.
So are those like shows when they're not capable to handle the Night Ranger show, when you have to sometimes scale down to an acoustic show?
Not so much that, but it's more of when we try to advance. Here's the advance again. You advance, and here's A, and we show up and it's Z. It's not even B. So you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see here. Brian's got another question. What is Ed's favorite venue to work in? What are some of the venues, I guess, like when you see it on the schedule that, oh shit, I know that one. That's going to be easy.
This I can answer without a problem. Anything in Japan, number one. A great venue that we've played at is in West Wendover, Nevada, because the audio and video and production is just unbelievable. Cadott, Wisconsin Rock Fest.
Mm-hmm.
You got 50,000 people there, whatever, you know, a lot. And it's so smooth and they have it laid out so well. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, the video, the venues with the video and what have you, do they record that for you all?
We have that option. A lot of times we decline it just so that nobody has their paws on it if we don't need it.
Okay.
But there's video walls for LED, and then there's iMag, which is the live show on big screens. So it just adds so much more to the show and allows Steve just to go hog wild on some of the content that he has and stuff like that. But I would say Japan.
Eddie-san. You like Eddie-san.
Arigato.
Cadott, Wisconsin was unbelievable just for the fact that there was so many people there. Hi, Shan.
Hi.
The boss.
Hey, it's the boss.
I was waving.
She really runs Night Ranger, not me. Let's see who else. West Wendover. A lot of the casinos have such great venues and they take care of you all the way around, like with food and beverage credit and all that kind of stuff. Even these PACs that are out there that we play at, like where's the one where all of you guys came to in Indiana, right? No,
yeah, Brown County.
Honeywell Center, like something like that. It's
Mhm.
just so big and so much real estate to do things with.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's like, throwing being a little bougie and stuff. It's like now I rank venues about how the backstage is. Like, like Honeywell Center, awesome.
That's the
Wilmington,
Wabash show we were at.
yeah,
That big, lot of room back there.
Wilmington, no,
Yeah, that was
you know,
sketchy.
I like the old theaters, when they're playing, but before that, it's
The
not.
super narrow stairwells and
Yeah, like where's
Oh,
the?
that was that Kentucky show in that barn we were at.
Well, that was actually the barn was okay. I'm just talking like Wilmington and these small theaters where the stage is underneath, or the
green room and stuff.
is everything. It's like underneath the stage, and it's like, oh, okay, catering's in the old horse stall,
Yeah,
or something like that. So it's just interesting just to see all the differences between venues.
And then we go out with the Brett run this year, and I mean we're playing it all sheds, and just 7 dressing rooms, 7 star dressing rooms, 7 crew dressing rooms. So it's just like the real estate there is endless. So it's great.
Just make sure the cheese is the same size as the cracker. So Debbie Eaton Daniels wants to know who or what determines if there is a meet and greet before a concert. Ed, who determines that, buddy?
Management. They'll look at location. Then they look at me and say, does this work here physically? So that's kind of a little bit of me, but a lot of management. And the VIP company as well, because they do it every day for everybody else too, so they know it works.
And she also wants to know what can be done, Edward, to get an all acoustic concert in the San Francisco Bay Area. Ed, can you got some things over Jack now? Hook Debbie up.
I mean, the protocol for the acoustic shows are if the venue isn't big enough to handle our big rock show, or if the promoter just wants to book that. I mean, we've had a couple promoters just come in and go, "Hey, I saw you guys play X at X. Can I get that with me?" So,
is that how the Dawn of Madness worked? Some shows were that, and some shows weren't that.
I think with Dawn of Madness, some of them, like halfway through the show, was an acoustic, right?
Yeah. The break.
No, I'm just talking about some shows were billed as Dawn of Madness, and some were not.
Well, especially if we went to if we were on a rock cruise, and they saw it, because we played like this past year. We played Rock Legends. We played 2 electric shows and 1 acoustic show, and again, that whole storyteller's vibe. It's an awesome show. So that's what determines that. So tell her to talk to her promoter and go from there. The hard part about that is that San Francisco is such a hometown show. We have to be in a big venue, and the guest list is long.
Yeah.
Can I jump in there, Josh?
No.
Damn, what the hell?
Go ahead.
This is something I've always wondered about. I don't know how much, like who sets the tour up as far as booking the way it's scheduled. Are you involved in any of that as far as like booking the tour, or someone else is booking it and you have to manage it?
CAA is our agency.
Okay.
Out of Nashville. So they present it to management. Management sends, and we're on that initial email, Dave and I, our production manager. So Dave will look at the logistics of the venue. I look at the logistics of everything else. We give our input. Management decides what they're going to do. And so I don't book.
You have nothing to do with that.
No, because
No,
I don't.
He just tells them, "Hey, is there any way we can get like North Dakota and Montana in February?"
And more Ohio shows, please. Please, Ed.
I know somebody wrote on there, because I kind of cheated and looked at some of the questions. Somebody wrote, "Why does Ed hate New England so much?" Hey, I don't hate New England.
Well,
that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'll post like the concert meme, you know, like with all the tour dates, and just ask people to proofread it for me, and just make sure I'm not missing anything or missing any dates.
And
Because
it
usually
just
there's,
turned.
yeah, and then people are like, "Why aren't you playing, you know, Rochester?" I'm like, "Who the fuck do you think I am?"
Yeah,
You know?
Josh, why not more California?
Yeah, I was like, "Listen, if I was in charge of this, it would just say Lancaster, Ohio, nonstop."
So yeah, I mean, I love lobster. I love crab. I love New England clam chowder. I don't like
Yeah.
the Boston Red Sox, but I would have no problem going to New England.
Yeah.
Guilford, New Hampshire, Mansfield, Massachusetts.
Yep.
21st, 22nd of July. We'll be up there. If you
Yep.
don't show up, it's your own fault.
Yeah. Right in between hockey season too, so you're not going to be able to go see the Hartford Whalers. Brian Bless wants to know, is there a band that Ed does not like to work with from past shows? I am sure there are, and I'm sure that he can't name names.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes, everybody has their bad days. Yes, every tour manager has their bad days. You know, it's a loaded question, and I got to keep my PC in place because you know, we do work with a lot of people. But sometimes we have some great bands. Well, a lot of times we have some great bands and friends that we play with. So
I thought I thought your answer would just be Night Ranger.
Guys
It'll
are
be in the
paying
book.
They're paying my ass.
the movie, Brett, the movie.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the cookbook / rock stories. You know.
Yeah, we need a cookbook from Ed. I want some of your recipes.
I could do that.
Or else just we'll come up to your place. You make us dinner.
Sure. I can do that. Go ahead.
What venue has the best food?
Okay, I wasn't at this show, but I believe. Well, here you guys can tell me. You can answer this question. On that little Sammy run we did they play Guilford, New Hampshire, at that amphitheater?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what you mean, Sammy run.
When we did that little Sammy run with him prior to COVID, when
Andy, you saw him in Indianapolis.
I saw him in Indy. It was phenomenal.
Right.
With Sammy Hagar?
Yeah,
we played up in the New England states.
It's like a summer, little short summer.
And I was told, because I wasn't there for that, because that was kind of like where I was just filling in. But I was told that I'm not sure if it's Guilford or not, but I believe it was. But I was told they rolled out a raw bar with like lobster and crab, and everything came right off the water. And but as far as from my experience was, Japan obviously is up there. Rock, give me a minute. Rock the Ring?
Yeah, in Sweden.
Oh, Rock and Ring.
Rock
yeah.
the AM.
I'm trying to think where we were at. Not Sweden Rock, Rock the Ring.
Yep.
Rock the Ring food was no. Yeah, Rock the Ring and Sweden Rock food was amazing. Both of them were wonderful. In the States,
the meatball at Selena.
The meatball is good.
In the States, the food.
Nashville's hot chicken.
No, it was up in the Washington State area. I believe it was one of the state fairs we played at. And this guy is like the guy up there. You know, he's got a portable trailer. He brings everything out. Oh, my goodness. Couldn't get enough of it. Go ahead.
Nice.
And
wait, real quick. Let me go. Wait, 1 second. So I don't like when I advance the shows, I'm like, hey, this is Ed from Night Ranger. How you doing? Let's chat, blah, blah, blah. I'm not, hey, this is Ed from Night Ranger. I have a degree in culinary arts and, you know, blah, 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 blah. And because I just don't put somebody in that position. And then they're like, oh, we've got this great food, this great guy that comes in and he's this, he's that. And I'm like, I'm looking at the chafing dish and I'm like, where's the salad? You know, and I can't, you know what I mean? Like these people put their heart and soul into it. I just can't be like,
can't shit on it. Yeah.
You know, so good. Sorry.
Yeah. Have you ever had gear not arrive on time for a show?
In my tenure, no, but I did have merch not arrive.
Yikes.
Got stuck in customs.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh,
makes Angela's job easier.
Oh, yeah, but I don't think her blood pressure was any easier, but yeah.
Ed, can I saw Night Ranger and Rick Springfield played the Phrase Pavilion. Brent, what was that?
I was there.
Okay.
That was before.
Is that when we had to play with him for
yes. Where
Yeah.
Rick's band was late and his gear didn't show up. He wore like a Zoom concert shirt.
Todd was alive, but I just went down because, Cleveland, whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember that. The first couple songs was like Jack,
Yeah.
Brad, Kelly.
And they were playing covers like Jim,
Yeah.
the Doors, and
yeah.
It was insane. I was like, I'm never.
But everybody, you know what though? You got to appreciate the fact he just didn't throw the towel in. And
yeah, he came out. He's like, look, I'll do the best I can. My friends are going to help me out.
They're coming. They're in there. And I remember Kelly was playing, and like literally in mid hit, their drummer just came right up and just grabbed the sticks and started going at
That was crazy.
But that's what's great. That is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't Night Ranger's gear not being there, but it was Rick Springfield's. It was funny.
Well, it was his
band.
band.
His band. Yeah,
Band didn't show. His band got delayed.
Yeah,
and that's.
Now, has anybody been delayed for Night Ranger that?
Well, no, we made it. Where were we at? Coming from the Chicago area last year, playing in Tampa. I always leave early, and Dave and Angela take the band and the crew. It's like Steve and I always leave early, make sure the rooms are ready. If we got to get SUVs, that kind of stuff. And thank God I did, because I literally was like in front of my laptop with my little monitor on the phone with travel. I mean, I was so spent that day but I got everybody. Like, we were like driving. 3 of them had to drive to Milwaukee from O'Hare to jump on a Southwest flight nonstop into Tampa.
Mm.
The key is getting that United flight out of Chicago, because it snowed like crazy, I believe it was, or rain or something happens, weather. But the key was getting that United guys out of Tampa. And that was like Jack, Carrie, Kelly, and somebody else. And that was the key, getting them out. Angela and Ryan had to go from O'Hare to Midway. And believe it or not, that's a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, just even though they're in the same city and everything, that get an Uber, drive over there, take a one-way on Southwest from Midway to Bradenton, and then jump in a car service and drive up to Tampa. It was like 1:30 in the morning, 2:00 in the morning. They were like zombies, but the show went on. We got it.
Nice. Well done.
But that was, we were getting creative. And everybody had roller bags for some reason, because that usually doesn't happen. Everybody had roller bags, so everybody could they had it and gone, Oh no! Plus Howard was driving the truck, so if they had a big bag, they threw it on the truck. Mm. But that was the closest to a no shit moment we might not play that I have had.
Brian also wants to know, and if you listen to the previous episode with the road crew from the 80s,
you're still gonna watch that.
The answers would be definitely yes to this question. Have you ever had to bail out any band or road crew out of jail after or before a show?
No.
Yeah. It seems like it was the road crew that needed the most bailing out in the 80s.
Again, that's the 80s, right? They didn't have a cell phone either, right? How many times did they say that on that podcast?
Yeah.
All I know is that first episode, we've had it in 111 episodes, that I had to put an age restriction on it. And
oh my gosh!
I literally had to take a shot of penicillin after just hearing those stories.
I can't wait to. I got to watch that one.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a part of that so bad.
And it doesn't even involve the band. It's them. And
I've heard a couple stories.
Yeah. So
one of them was in Nashville with us that day. And I was like, what? They got to deal with that shit back then.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Ed, did you ever see Night Ranger live prior to working for them?
Prior to working for them, yes, because I've been associated with Jack for 20 some years. But prior to that, I did not see them. Like growing up, you know, teenage years and 20s, I did, but I saw like the Jeff era. So the first show I saw was the four of them with Michael Lardie.
Yeah.
Cuyahoga Falls, not at Blossom, but they played something on the river in Cuyahoga Falls, which is, you know, right by Akron, 30 minutes from my house. That was the first time. That was right after I met Jack at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. So I saw the Jeff Watson era for 3-4 years, I guess, right? Roughly.
Yeah.
Saw the Joel and Christian era, saw the Joel, you know, and then so on and so forth. So, but I did not see them like in their major heyday.
Yeah.
I never did. I'm trying to think if I think the closest thing I saw was after 9/11, Jack and Tommy did those fundraisers, right? Those
Blades.
No, not the Shaw Blades, but they did like something for the towers, Rock the Towers or something like that. They did one here in Cleveland. Saw them there, but I did not see like Damn Yankees.
Oh man,
I don't think I did. No.
And see Uncle Ted pull his flaming arrow out and shoot him across the stage.
I did not, and it wasn't that I didn't like them. It wasn't, and I think I talked about this in my first couple episodes. It's not that I didn't like them. I just didn't, you know.
Who was your bands back then? I know you've mentioned, but I can't remember. What was it?
Rush,
Motley Crue, Poison.
Oh, he has a photo. If you ask him, from 1987, where he's got the mascara and the eyeshadow on because he's in the Poison.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Yeah.
Look what the cat got rid of.
Yeah.
So those were my bands.
You know, had the big hair.
I used to. I like when I was really young. I was just coming into myself when that first Poison record came out. I didn't know nothing about it. Like I jacked off to that cover for like
easy
9 months.
Easy.
It wasn't until like the 6-month mark that someone told me those weren't girls.
And you said, "I don't care." You were still going at it.
I'll never forget when I worked with Record and Tape Out and that album came out that day. I bought it the day it came out. And our buddy Herb walks in. I'm like, check this band out. He goes, man, they're hot. I'm like, they're dudes.
And which one was the hottest? Ed, which one did you think on the cover was the hottest? Ricky Rocket had his eyeshadow really going.
It was Herb thought CeCe was the hottest for the record.
I am not even going there in these conversations.
There you go. Leave a comment. Let us know which member of Poison was.
Oh, it had to be Bret Michaels, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, it's
I mean, yeah, Bret Michaels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got to do some promo. Like if I was jacking, it was to Brett.
Yeah.
So
stop it.
There you go. There's your quote for the tour book.
Tour book.
If I was jacking.
Wow.
John Juanito Davey.
Wait. Is that one name?
Yeah. Yes.
Juan Juanito.
So, John. Hey, John's been he's from the Bay Area, so he'll
be there.
He's seen them like when they were Ranger and stuff.
Yeah. He's got some great stuff. Yeah.
So he goes back.
Okay,
can you ever hear differences in performances from show to show?
Yes.
I can give you an example of where, let's say they're opening and it's outdoors and they're just playing a shortened set. I can hear Brad do a lot more improvising, not sticking to the script in his playing. He'll add a lot more stuff. Case in point, the Ohio Balloon Festival last year when they opened for Brett, where I didn't see a single fucking balloon. So, playing wise, I noticed that. And I'm sure Ed, you noticed too, like if you're in certain parts of the venue, you can hear like different stuff. Like I can't remember what show it was, but I found something somewhere backstage, this little, area where like it blocked out everything, but maybe like Brad's guitar. And
and here's why, because we use in-ears, right? We don't use wedges. So a lot of time you're really hearing Kelly depending on where you're at.
Mhm.
But their amps are behind in their set carts, you know.
Yep.
So but I can tell the difference. If Jack sings Come Again and he's on, I know it's a great show.
Yeah.
He can he hits it and goes.
Mhm.
But I can always tell as well as with the audience feedback. I mean, they come off the stage, they're like, did you fucking hear that? I mean, it's like
Yeah.
they feel it. And I think that's where you get a lot of your energy from.
Mhm.
Every venue, like Dave has the hardest job in the venue during the show because he's got to battle everything. And people don't realize, like, he's got to battle wood, he's got to battle metal, he's got to battle if it's in a open aired area. I mean, you know, that kind of stuff. So he's constantly manipulating that computer, you know, and that board. So but yeah, I mean, I can tell some, you know, not chaotic stuff or you know.
He also wants to know, he also states heritage bands obviously have a core to the set list that gets played at every show, but does the band throw in different arrangements or different versions that you can pick up by ear? So trying to think how
I mean,
like, don't do that going into the drum solo.
Well, I'm not sure where he's going with this conversation, with this question, but let me you go ahead. What do you feel first, and I'll say.
So I think
where's he going with this question?
I think basically, you know, hey, you hear this all the time, and you hear this the same show over and over again. But does the band throw in different arrangements or different versions? So
yes, yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes we'll play that new long extended version of Sister Christian. Where after Kelly hits the long vibrato, and then they're like boom, 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 boom. So they'll do that. Sometimes they'll throw in maybe an extra round of drum solo. Sometimes on Jesus.
Well,
Mary.
even Come Again, that's usually sometimes just a
right. That's off the cuff. It's Jack's feeling. You know, if we do an Alice and Ozzy, if it just however Jack feels it's going, he'll throw an Alice and Ozzy in, or we'll save it sometimes for the end when we, you know, as far as the encore, that doesn't happen. We just stay out there and jam. But sometimes if it's that overwhelming, they'll just go right to Ozzy. You know what I mean? As far as that goes.
Yeah.
But if they're still vibing again from the fans, they might throw an extra ramp in. You know,
something.
Yeah.
Speaking of covers and stuff, man. Back to the Ryman when they ended with AC/DC. You know, and everybody gets tired of hearing the covers, but I'm telling you, man, that place I thought was coming down.
Well, they did what, AC/DC, and
it was fantastic. I was like, I could listen to this all night.
They closed with Boys of Summer.
Yeah, no, but they did, but they closed with two covers.
Two covers.
AC/DC, and what the hell was the other one?
Was it Ozzy?
No, hang on.
It could have been.
Maybe it was.
Yeah,
Crazy
it might
Train.
have been Crazy Train, the whole song, and then.
Wait a second, hold on, I got it right here.
You got the set list?
Yeah.
All I know is I was out in the middle of the crowd, and that place was going ape shit.
Here's what I told the you know, they're just going through like future ideas and all that. I'm like, how great would it be? Two ways. How great would it be to hang on? What did they close with? Crazy Train.
Crazy Train and Highway to Hell.
Yeah. I mean, Rock, Penny, For, Sing, Come, Sentimental, Bring, Rumor, Secret, Night, High Enough, Reason to Be, Boys, Good, Close, Don't, Sister, Crazy, Highway to Hell. Boom.
Yeah, it was insane.
I told him two things that I, you know, again, Eddie, we're the musicians. You take care of where we got to go.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, how great would it be to get you guys to sing like copies or covers of a lot of different things. Now, granted, that's also a Shaw Blades thing too, so I guess that. But how great would it be to get like, and I know I'm going to go far on this, Carrie Underwood to sing Sister Christian with Kelly?
Hell yes.
Like
doing like different matchups, like they
yeah,
there's a TV show that does
that would probably be a budget buster we would never make money on, but
sure,
just you know, like. You know, just something fun, you know what I mean? Or some crossover stuff, you know.
Yeah, Crossroads was a show they used to do where they like
Okay, yeah,
Def Leppard and I don't
Yeah.
know,
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
right, yeah,
And
exactly.
it was awesome. I would
Like to hear Night Ranger and Celine Dion sing "Call My Name."
that's my
Yeah, it might be a
Celine.
little French sounding.
You know
That's
what I
my
mean?
Celine.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, it could get creative.
Well, what I'd like is like Night Ranger to like learn like the 4 big Loverboy hits, and then when they have to open for them,
Just play 'em.
they close their set with those 4 hits, and then leave the stage and go, okay, top that. You know, that's just me.
I can't talk smack like that because we play with them, and
Yeah.
they're nice guys, and they're
Well,
always
as we don't want you playing,
Cordial to
we
us.
want Night Ranger headlining. This is Night Ranger podcast. Same with REO Speedwagon. I want you guys to learn.
I could say this as a fan of both bands. The last time I saw Loverboy, they had no business coming on after Night Ranger.
Night Ranger's still
And Andy and I love Loverboy. Love them. That was our first concert.
What's your favorite Loverboy song?
God, I think Take Me to the Top.
Take Me to the Top, Lady of the 80s, Jump. They put
always
an album out.
Always on my mind.
They put an album out in 08 that you should check out, Ed, if you have not. It's fantastic.
he's writing down he's writing down these songs so they
Gangs
can
in
start
the
learning.
Street.
Just getting started.
Nothing beats The Kid Is Hot Tonight or Turn Me Loose. Nothing.
I don't know what Ed's
We're not
holding
hearing it.
his camera up or put it to.
I think you're on the song in between the songs.
I don't know
We
if
can't hear it.
we can't hear it.
Y'all, is that
Can't
your song?
Notorious is my favorite.
Oh yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Lucky
That
Ones.
was
Come on,
co-written by
man.
That was written by John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora.
Yeah, it's all the same, man.
Was it
Wasn't
really? Was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I like that song.
It's a good tune.
Yeah.
Loving every minute of it. Queen of the Broken
Don't
Hearts.
mind my kid on the back. What the hell are you doing?
Safety first.
He's
He's loving every minute of it. Written by Mutt Lang.
I told him if he wanted to make some money to get me some Night Ranger tour books off the top shelf.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sorry.
You're doing a good
No,
job,
th-
Dean.
this
Keep
is
it up,
good
buddy.
stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? This is my hardest job right here. The hell with Jack Blades. This is my hardest.
About the same height.
He's
No.
trying to prove he can go on the road with you.
Wow.
Wow, I just heard that.
Wow.
That was Josh.
Hey,
saying
listen,
that one.
I'm about the same height as Jack, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
me-
Let's get back to the Get Lucky podcast.
Me,
Yeah.
Jack, and Dean. If we needed something, we'd all be doing what he's doing, crawling up. You know.
What are you doing? All right, leave it there. Leave it there. Here comes mom to the rescue.
Yeah.
Yep.
To the rescue.
Maybe 5,000 people know how my life is. See?
Dean,
I'm
got
on the road so much.
Dean, I got candy money for you, man. Get me them tour books.
We're gonna have to edit that out. It's gonna be child endangerment on you.
Yeah. Janice wants to know, will the guys have that secret sign a waiver thing meet and greet that was $300 ever again? I didn't get to go to it, but I heard it was amazing. No one could tell me what went on. I think it might have included singing. It was a very small, personalized group. Do you remember? Were you around with those?
Yeah, so I think it was we've done those in Japan. I know that. So where they come into they do sound check and they come back to the dressing room when they're warming up.
They do the huddle, right?
Yes. More of when they do the huddle too, but more of just hearing them warm up in the dressing room. Logistically, that makes hard for everybody. It's hard to do it when we have a festival going on, you know, that kind of stuff too, because there's just so much going on, you know, and moving people left and right. I think that I hate to use the COVID excuse, but I just feel like there's that window where just can't everybody and their grandmother in our dressing room. You know what I mean?
I could
Yeah.
tell you this: when we went to Dayton back in November, and we were hanging out in the hallway, that was the first time I ever heard them singing together like that. It was amazing.
Mhm.
That was
Absolutely
at Hobart
amazing.
Arena, Hobart Arena, right?
Yeah,
Is that what it? Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
great place, man.
up in Troy.
Yeah. Great. They sounded great that night. It was
And for
fantastic.
those that don't know, right before they go on stage, They usually get together in one of the dressing rooms, just them and the band, maybe Ed in there. And they warm up, and you get to hear them sing, harmonies together and everything else. So
but it's kind of cool because it's a montage. Like, it's something
Yeah.
they don't do it on stage. I mean, it's
Like, one of these times we'll convince them to let us go live, and so you guys can at least hear it, because it is kind of cool.
Fantastic.
It is pretty wild. It's a cool
and they sound great.
Yeah.
They sound great. There's no manipulation with the, soundboard, nothing.
Yep.
And the acoustics in the hallway were amazing.
It's so cool watching them, like, especially with and you'll see it in the CYO Orchestra video, how they really understand theory and range and the notes and all that, and it's like they're like like up, it's cool how they do it, and how they still have it, and how they still have it,
and how they still care.
Yeah, so it's cool. But yeah, it is a cool little montage they do it with. So
yep, I'm always a little bit of a fly on the wall listening to that, and definitely, it's one of those things where it would be cool to go live, but again, it's kind of like a real personal moment, and that I would go live on the one where one of their voices breaks or something while they're warming up, and
then you get the look,
and shit rolls downhill. So W. Orion Fairman, longtime listener, first time caller, what originally got you into this line of work? Besides bad luck, probably. How did you end up with our boys and Night Rangers, seeing that they're a California-based band and you're a fellow Ohioan? So how did you get into this line of work? I think we talked a lot about it a little bit on our first episode with you, but give them a refresher.
Met Jack in 2022 Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, and just clicked, went out to dinner, exchanged numbers, and I've been around ever since. And then once Todd became the tour manager, I would help Todd, and he'd show me the ropes. And at one time he told management, "Hey, anything ever happens to me, Ed can get you through until you find somebody else." That find somebody else was 4 years ago. So.
Still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
that's kind of how I got involved. Otherwise, otherwise right now I'd be panicking because COVID kicked my restaurant's asses. So
yeah.
Well, you sold them. You got out of it early. You did good.
Yeah. Carol Keys wants to know, what's the craziest thing on the rider? Brown liquor.
Ooh, no more brown liquor.
Brown water.
No brown liquor.
Why no?
Take it away.
Why? Who's to blame? Is it Brad? Is it Carrie?
Is it Josh?
I'm not a big brown liquor guy, but
I think somebody mentioned that your last guest that talked to somebody that tickles the vines on our band. Did he talk about that?
I think who did Eric?
I think he did talk about it.
Yeah.
The craziest thing on our rider.
Honestly,
we don't.
Ginger root.
Veggie platter.
Right.
No, I mean ginger root. I'm looking at it right now. Then some new stuff, right? Because we're going healthy. Cut organic mangoes, unsalted organic edamame, cooked and shelled.
Yeah, you want cooked and shelled.
Starbucks Pike Place roasted K-cups.
Yeah, you definitely want the get the right kind of yogurts.
Yes, gotta be Fage or no-so.
Yep. Don't want to get don't stray off the beaten path there.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, outside of honestly, the most weirdest thing is we need black stage towels because the white lid gets all over them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it. And don't make them microfiber, and please have them washed prior.
Oh, microfiber, horrible.
Oh. Okay. That's that. Next.
Greg Olin wants to know, why does he hate New England? So
there we go. There we go.
That one.
So Ed, you personally, why do you hate New England?
I don't.
Tom Brady. You can say it's Tom Brady.
I don't book the shows, bro. I say if I can get them there. Mansfield, Massachusetts, and Guilford, New Hampshire. July 21 and July 22 with the Brett Michaels Party Garage Tour.
There you go. Lynn Parkinson wants you to tell Jack Blades. Lynn from Pittsburgh says hi. What a nice and funny man. They are all great guys. Can't wait to see you here on July 15th. So there you go. Tell Jack. Lynn said hello. Brian wants to know the craziest, funniest Jack Blades story
that you can tell.
Craziest story, probably prior to me. Didn't he fell off the stage in Germany, right? Broke his ankle? And he still kept playing? I think.
Know that one. I do know.
I wasn't there.
From the original crew guys, there was a show where he split the front of his pants and he's up there playing and his junk's all hanging out. He doesn't know it.
All right. I think he got stung by a scorpion.
Oh,
yeah. I remember that.
I think Kelly told me that one.
Right.
I remember that.
Brent, do you remember when we saw them, and I believe it was the Seven Wishes tour at Riverbend, Jack's bass kept cutting in and out, and he picked it up and slammed it on the ground, finished the song without the bass. Of course, the tech comes up, brings another one, and his words were, "That's what you call a fuck up." And we're like, "The hell?" But the bass just was cutting in and out, and he kept looking over, and they weren't fixing it. He just took it off and he slammed it to the ground and just grabbed the mic and sang the song. I think it was Seven Wishes. It was the opening song.
I know that the Ohio State show we were all at in '85. Yeah. Some girl throws panties up on the stage, and he picked them up and held them up, and then he threw them out to the crowd. And the person that they landed on was the governor of Ohio. And so, bam, there's pictures being taken of the governor of Ohio, kind of like, what's this? And he's holding up panties. But they remember that, I think they're the ones that told me that. I was only 8. Hell, I think that's great.
Funniest probably for me personally is when we first met and I'm like, hey, you want to go have dinner? And I guess he's like, where are you gonna go? And I'm like, well, we're gonna go to Spago. I did an internship there, and they're like, Spago? I meant, originally he's like, I want to go. And he's like, well, we're going to Spago. Spago, we're in, because you couldn't get people there. And then he told Molly, yeah, I'm gonna go have dinner with campers. And she's like, you're gonna have dinner with campers? Like, yeah. So that's that. I mean, Hi, buddy.
Hi, pup.
Brian wants to know who is the biggest VIP to come see the band that you have got to meet as well. So besides Josh Stopperson from the Fans of Motion podcast,
that dog objected to that.
Did you see him take off? I think my daughter just came home from the hockey game.
It's either that or a mass murder.
It's like when you have two. It's like when you have 2 police dogs in your house.
Yeah, gosh.
Who's the biggest VIP to come see a Night Ranger show that you've got to meet?
I've seen Ted Nugent backstage. I've seen Vince Neil. Some political people. I'll leave it at that.
Pat Sajak.
Pat Sajak. Good call.
I thought you were just pulling that out of your butt, Brent.
No,
I was trying to get Pat Sajak on the show.
Yeah.
Was there anybody down at the Ryman that was?
Oh God,
about?
Yeah, like the guys from Lit, the guys from a couple guys from Bon Jovi came.
That's right. Josh was telling me that.
Paul, the guitarist for Taylor Swift, was there.
Hugh was there.
Yeah,
Hugh McDonald was there.
Paul Sidoti's from Cleveland. He's I've known him for a long time. Yeah, he was there. He was with the guys from not System of the Down, but Shinedown? No. Somebody in that era was here. I can't remember who it was, but like they were there too.
I know the newest guy in the Guess Who. I can't remember his name. Michael. He was there.
Yeah.
Those are just the ones I kind of saw. So and
So,
then Fans of Motion were there.
Yeah.
We were representing back there.
So I
mean, like on the rock cruise, Roger Daltrey. Oh shit! I saw on the rock cruise. Roger Daltrey, hung outside stage with Lou Graham watching our show. But Kiss. I mean, I watched. Yeah. I mean, all 4 members watched our entire show at on the Kiss cruise because they did a Q&A.
Yeah, and
we sat down. We came up and played, and they stayed the whole time side stage, rocking away. It was fun, and they
awesome.
And they came back in the dressing room and just they talked. And I mean, they go back so many years, right? I mean, they were together, and I remember Gene Simmons. They introduced me to everybody, and I put my hand out, and Gene Simmons gave me a fist bump. And dude, his fists were like, it was like this. I mean, he's got like meat hooks, I'm like, big dude, But everybody was very gracious, very kind. Eric's from Cleveland, so I've known Eric, But yeah, so there you are.
Yeah, I just recently saw a picture of him when he was a kid playing with all the guys. I think some of the guys that played at the Danny Ripepi Memorial.
Yeah. He did play with he played with Boku for a little bit.
Yeah, Boku.
Tom Chapin wants to know, is a hot dog a sandwich?
In 2 pieces of bread, it's a sandwich. But is it a hoagie?
It's a hot dog.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is if you're asking for a sandwich, if you're wanting a hot dog,
you ask for a hot dog.
You ask for a hot dog. You don't ask for a sandwich. I don't know if a sandwich really constitutes the 2 pieces of bread. All right.
Well, it could be open faced.
Yeah.
But if I was building a menu, the hot dog would be on the kids' menu, unless I was a gourmet hot dog place, and it would be under probably my sandwiches. But
there you go, hard-hitting answers.
Mm-hmm.
We solve all the problems here in Fans in Motion.
Yes. Let's not end on that conversation, I hope.
Christy Casey Orman. Hello, Ed. It's your favorite fan from Dallas. Who all gets to decide if a show/venue would be a good or bad choice?
Again, going back to CAA gets the offers, they present it to the management team, myself and Dave as well. We all weigh on it. Go from there. And there is where, if we had a good experience or a bad experience as well,
What she also wants to know, what's the craziest story anyone has given for trying to get backstage to meet the band?
Well, a couple guys started a podcast and they spent 3 years building up this fan base just to meet the guys. I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I mean, you hear them.
Bunch of pricks.
You hear the occasional, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that.
Some guy flew from England.
Some
crazed madman from across the river, the ocean, the pond.
Yeah, he's got a question for you. He wants to know boxers or briefs. No,
boxer briefs. I don't really get much. I just be like, are they coming out? I mean, I think people realize nowadays they're just not getting in there.
I think back in the day it was probably crazier.
Yeah, back in the day the passes were flying.
Yeah. So if you want to hear some of those stories, go to the previous episode because the 5 girls that show up and their leader goes, "You want us all now or one at a time?" That was probably, that'll answer your question. Yep. So Chrissy also
that was the original Fans in Motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but their tits weren't as big. So Christy Casey Orman wants to also know just how difficult is Eric Levy. Fucking difficult, man.
That sounds like an ad
fucking Levy.
Dude, his fucking rider's like 3 pages long now.
Eric is, Eric's difficult because he doesn't talk. Like he just goes, He's a sweetie, man. I love the guy. He's always like, he will say the most educated thing in the most fucked up way, and it's awesome.
Like I can see, like, and he'll just go along with it. Like I could see like Jack going, "Hey, we're going to bring a fan on stage tonight and sacrifice them." Eric, I could just see like,
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
well, okay.
Yeah.
I
If
mean,
I
you
can
mean,
give any service to you, let me know, Jack, and I'll be sitting over there.
do you need me to loop something or just play random jazz overtones?
No, there's no problem at all.
Michelle Nelson wants to know, what is your most memorable show or locale to play outside of the U.S.? I would say that's probably your Japan stuff.
Japan. So Japan, because it's such a culture. The gear is amazing because everything's made there.
Yeah.
The pandemonium, I guess, is amazing. For me, Sweden Rock with 30 to 50,000 people. Rock the Ring was just as powerful with a little less people. So, I mean, I can only say those areas. You talk to the guys, they'll tell you Japan as well again. We were in Puerto Rico just recently with REO Speedwagon and to a sold out show, kind of like in their arena, their basketball arena. And I was shocked at how many people like rock and roll in Puerto Rico. I mean, it was packed, singing every song.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Barb Hargrove Harrington wants to know, what's the craziest question you've been asked about the guys?
What's in their rider?
I mean, craziest question in general or right now?
Hey, I guess in general.
Hey, it's not our question.
Yeah. I guess,
I mean, somebody asked, like, what's Jack's shoe size?
Yeah.
What kind of hair product does Carrie use?
Also,
how does he get that blonde streak?
Gonna go to all their secrets. I don't have really anything, or I mean, just when somebody's like, do you remember in 1974 when Jack wore glasses and played in
Rubicon?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Jack
That'd be more of a question for them, I think.
They don't even know it. You know.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
When I introduced Jack to Josh, I'm like, this is Josh. He knows more about your band than you do. You know what I mean? Like, what do you say?
Exactly.
I just.
That's what I said on the last episode. I was like, we're talking about dates, and like, well, maybe they know. I'm like, listen, they don't.
They don't.
They're
I would say that the weirdest, difficult, strangest questions are, I don't have it. I'm too busy keeping everybody safe and square that I'm not interacting a lot with.
Well, here's what I suggest to all the fans and listeners out there across the world is start thinking of some really strange questions to ask Ed and then approach him rubbing your nipples. And while rubbing, ask, these inappropriate questions. It would be preferably if you got, other people around him as well.
Wait till he's super busy and then ask him.
And make it more difficult. They got to be counterclockwise rubs.
Well, it just depends on, where you're at latitude wise.
If we were in Germany, that would
you'd want
it'd be your
counter.
bull.
Yeah. No, it's
see how far you last in that concert.
Yeah. It's gotta be your ass. So Carrie Ann Sutton, PH. Any chance of the guys playing Don't Tread on Me in concerts?
No.
I did post a little snippet from Sweetwater, where I think, it's sound check and maybe they're messing with Brad's guitar or something. So they're just killing time. And Jack kind of did Don't Tread a little bit.
That was awesome. I was like, holy shit.
Andy called me right away.
I like Runaway.
Yeah. Runaway's, it's got a cool little guitar lick at the beginning,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carrie, I mean, I know how much, she's a
Mhm.
sweetie. I mean, she came up, she tells the story all the time on social media, but the day she came to
It's in Wisconsin, right?
yeah, it's outside of like between Milwaukee and Green Bay area or something like that.
I think they got cheese there.
Yes. And she just was
Cheese.
hanging, and
Yeah.
Jack was like walking around the venue just getting some exercise, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I mean, she was shaky. I was trying to, and I recognized her from the page or just whatever. And I'm like, "It's okay, relax, come on up here." I mean, like they really, like something I've never seen before with them, and
Yeah.
she was just like I'm like, "It's okay, relax, relax." It's just enjoy this moment,
And
So
she also
he
says,
gave her the shirt,
Yeah. She also says, "P.S. Hope the dogs are doing great, and you're one of the nicest guys ever." So
Yes.
there you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
There you go.
Whatever you want,
You
Carrie.
got a little bit of brown on your nose there.
Hey, Ed, real quick. Speaking of being nervous, so when we were in Indiana, me and Brent and Mark, and you had called and kind of said, when you're doing the meet and greet, kind of gave us a little heads up on how you wanted us to handle that. Mark, because you had the VIP and all that. Mark was he went outside the venue, was pacing. He'll tell you, he was like, "Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up." He was so nervous to meet these guys. Yeah. And I said, "Mark, it's gonna be all right. Trust me. Ed will walk you. You're gonna be fine." He's like, I can't. I've waited my whole life. I'm gonna screw this up. And I was like, "You're not. You're fine, man." He's smoking like a chimney.
Yeah.
He walked out of the venue to pace.
Yeah, that's just the British.
The British in him.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to expect,
For those of you, this is not unhuman or inhumane. So if you would know this little bitch, you would understand why she has this on her.
Is that a bark collar?
No, it is a shock collar.
Yeah. Well, I those that watch know I got, a little dirty asshole running around my house now. And
you shouldn't talk about your kid that way.
It's synonymous. But anyways, I don't have a fenced in yard, so I got to figure out something. And I was looking and I saw those shock collars, and I was originally I was pissed because they're sold in packs of 2, but then I realized, well, I fucking need one for my kid too, and it's just one remote.
Yeah.
But
it's got a switch on it so you can.
Well, I'm going to put them it's kind of like, when you had have you guys ever kept, individuals, prisoner? So like POWs, what you tell them
Stop. I don't want any part of this.
Is listen, you put them in groups of 5.
You're breaking up. Are you in a tunnel?
You put them in groups of 5 and you say, if any one of you escape, we kill the other 4. So what I'm going to do with, my kid and the dog, listen, I don't care if it's the dog going outside the perimeter, I'm zapping you both. So they got to it keeps them keeping an eye on each other.
Check.
Yeah.
So follow me for more tips.
Get out of here. Round number 2. Put a zapper on this one.
Yeah.
The Monsters game tonight, the hockey game. No, get out of here.
See that?
I want to see her climb on the desk back there.
Yeah, Dean.
See that shit we should do every show. We should do some contest or something like a drinking game, brown liquor, right? And whoever fails has to wear the shock collar on stage, right? And then
So I had to go to class for this with Jet and Elvis, right? So Paul's the trainer, comes over with this thing because she just honestly she would tear your dog apart because she's so used to playing with these two so hard.
Yeah,
she goes one speed, but she's at a point where she doesn't stop, and the dogs are gonna hurt her. She goes that, and she gets someone say TREAT. See what she does. Really
treat.
No.
Yeah, she knows. Ellie, she knows better now.
Ellie, you want
treat?
She knows. What you need to do is
treat.
She's like, I want to go fight that dog. I can take him.
Yeah.
You put some metal studs on it.
You don't stop. I mean, they literally now they got to deal with the treat.
Yeah.
You put some metal studs on it. Give it to Levy and say, "Hey, this is kind of metal looking. Let's make you look cool."
Yeah.
And then when they go to that part every now and then, and don't tell me you love me, and Eric gets to sing it, that's when you shock him.
Yeah. I mean, look, his head is bigger than her, and I mean that's what. Like there are days where his whole mouth is wrapped around her, and like, okay,
Yeah.
his is blue.
Look at it. Hi, Blue.
No, it's his collar is blue. Elvis, up, up, up.
Oh, Elvis. Yeah.
Up. Yeah.
He's like, let me eat your face.
72 pounds.
He's the puppy.
He's 2.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm out of here. I gotta go eat something.
The little one's right there. He's gonna eat. Don't worry. Give him a few minutes. You'll hear.
Yeah. We got him on camera smelling his ass right now.
That's how they communicate, Brett.
Yeah.
That's how they communicate.
That's how Josh communicates too.
Yep.
Ready?
Does Michael Cena wants to know, does he know what happened to the iconic lamp used on tour in 1985? Is it still with us?
He's a fellow Nashvilleian.
Are you talking about the genie there where came out?
Right?
Big lamp, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've all wondered about that.
Because if you watch the previous episode, one of the roadies was
I met him.
the samurai, and he said he still had he doesn't know if he still has it, but he had it. He doesn't
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I heard a story, but I don't know where it's at. I know Jack had a lot of gear prior to, moves and whatnot. I don't think they even know.
Yeah. Well, that's what I told him. I asked him if they ever took anything from, being on tour and kept it, because, yeah, I mean, after the Seven Wishes tour, that lamp would have been in my living room.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see here. Warren Cash. Any plans to cross the pond again, or is it too expensive to make it worthwhile these days?
I'm assuming he means like England and Europe.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could even go with
plans. Nothing's ever out of the equation, being that our record company is Frontiers and they're based out of Italy and Europe. So, no plans right now. I know nothing. I mean, and I would even give you maybe a possibility, but right now, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and also get air conditioning in most of your places and
use ice.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about that story? I mean, I know. Did we ever talk about it in the air? How we went to Sweden Rock? No,
I don't think so.
Rock the Ring. Rock the Ring, brand new hotel, cool place, clean, whatever. No air conditioning.
Yeah.
So we're all on one side. It's like an L-shaped building, right? L-shaped, and we're all on the same floor on one wing. All of us, right? So I'm like, anybody got any fans? I mean, we literally took every fan in the hotel, and they had them because they knew they didn't have air conditioning, and it had to be I think Switzerland was going through the hottest days of their career,
Yeah.
It was so hot, right? So we have the kids with us. Shannon and the kids come. So we're in in Europe, everything's small. And I'm not. So it's me and Dean in one room. Shannon and me are in another room. And Shannon's like, leave your door open. Open your window. So we got a nice cross breeze, right? Well, all of a sudden, everyone's door is open, everyone's windows are open, and we called downstairs, like, can you turn off the alarm system? We're going to open up the door. Well, the outside fire escapes are outside. So we opened up the door. It felt like an ice cube in the place because the crosswind was so overwhelming. And we could see the Swiss Alps. So, I mean, naturally, the wind's coming in. But it was so hot and no brand new hotel and no air conditioning.
Just not there, or was it not working?
Oh, no, not there.
They don't have it.
Europeans are not happy. All right, unless they're unhappy. So I think they're pissed off that they're not getting bombed. Germany's not, they were so used to Germany fucking with them for 60 years, that, all right, how can we make our lives miserable? Let's just get rid of air conditioning. Right. So
a brand new hotel. I mean, literally less than 2 years old. It was beautiful, state of the art, wonderful.
Hey, let's make we've been a civilization for thousands of years. Let's make food that tastes good. You know what? No. Yeah, let's just make a brown sauce that we can just dump on it that doesn't have any flavor either.
What's the sauce called, Josh?
Huh?
What's the sauce called?
Is it HP sauce?
Oh yeah,
I remember you talking about it.
Yeah.
But the promoter provided the hotel too. So it wasn't on me. Okay.
Yeah.
We were at a nice hotel the first couple of days, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Speaking of English fucks, Mark Greenaway.
Hey.
Oh God.
He wants to tell you, Ed, you're a true gentleman and a top drawer bloke. Probably some gay innuendo. The fucking English.
Top drawer means top shelf.
It means wanting to be
Legend.
wank the wanker. What's the annual touring budget for guitar picks and signature Vic Firth drumsticks?
Top drawer
Bloke.
bloke.
Yeah.
Meaning.
It means you're a stand-up guy.
Yeah. You want a fag? That's a cigarette.
Oh God, Ed. When we were in Indiana, he and I walked into a gas station, and he said he looked at the lady. He goes, "I'll take a pack of fags," and her eyes got real big. He goes, "I mean cigarettes. I mean cigarettes." And this old lady behind us was crying. She was laughing so hard. Oh God! And Andy just walked out the gas station.
I just want no part of this.
Describe somebody or something as a top drawer. You are saying often in a humorous way that they are a high social standing and are very good quality.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Shannon, I'm a top drawer bloke.
Bloke.
Just sounds gay.
She's like, no, you're not.
Like, fuck you.
She's like, no, you're not. Good
He
sir.
calls you a posh twat behind your back.
Go to the laundry. Take your top drawer and finish the laundry.
Yeah. Get off the stupid podcast.
But Mark wants to.
Okay, go ahead. What was he saying?
He also wanted to say thanks for everything. You made some very old daydreams become very seriously, vividly, brilliantly true. You know what I'm talking about. I would hope he's talking about the Night Ranger shows where he got to meet the band and not how you became a top drawer bloke.
Yes.
Our
budgets on what is it now?
the
Guitar
picks
picks.
and drumsticks.
Drumsticks.
The drumsticks are probably free, aren't they? For sponsors?
Yeah.
Certain allotment is. I would say per year on guitar picks, $2,500 to $4,000.
Wow.
That's not too
Because they
bad.
have their play picks, and then they have their throw picks.
Souvenir. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to see too many of Jack's thumbs getting thrown out.
Right.
No.
Thumb picks. Brad plays a metal pick that doesn't get thrown out, but he's got the yellow one. Oh, here, I got one right here.
Yeah.
He's got the yellow one that's similar to
Right. The triangle.
right. Let's try it here. What's this one? This one is who is this? Jack. See, like this is Jack's throw pick.
Yeah.
Signature on the back. Right. Yeah, 2,500 to 4,000. The sticks. Funny you say that. I just ordered some. I could tell you this is kind of unique. But Brent, I think we're only allowed an allotment. And then the rest of it,
You have to pay
we have to pay for. And I know that they were so far behind on producing the sticks in general that he chose not to get the signatures right now, just so we needed to get the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably be about $2,500 a year on sticks. So let's call, for both. Let's call it roughly around $6,000 to $7,000.
Yeah,
totally worth.
So you can imagine what it is for the drum heads, cymbals.
Yeah. And again, there's an allotment, and then we got to pay.
Right.
But there's definitely artist pricing too.
Bobby Ray Rivas wants to know, or he states, please get Restless Kind on the set list, at least for the Daytona show. Man in Motion album saved my life back in the 80s. The reason I'm still around today at 55. So there you go. That's perfect reason enough. Restless Kind on the set list for Daytona in early August. Ed?
Oh, there's so much love for that album.
Make it happen. Bobby Ray, if you see him, go up to Ed, rub those nips, and tell him, hey, I want to hear Restless Kind.
It's his reason to be.
Yeah. I do know that If it was up to Kelly, it'd probably be done. But I know Kelly really likes that song. But
You hear that?
Huh?
Can you hear that?
Oh, barely.
You'd be better off probably requesting Reason to Be. They do still play that occasionally.
I've never heard the song.
Oh,
Sounds cool. Never heard it.
Yeah, it's a good ballad.
that album's really a solid album.
Mm-hmm. That's the album. Once I get blackmail on you, you're going to basically persuade Jack to play songs from that record.
What album?
Man in Motion.
Man in Motion. We
I
ought
hear that a
to
lot from your peoples.
we need to make you listen to it and do a ranking with us on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's got arguably my favorite song they've ever done is on that album.
I Did It for Love.
Never. Don't start thinking I'm alone again tonight. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alone again.
It's
Just
his
looked at the
favorite.
docking for a minute.
Yeah, it's his favorite.
Halfway to the Sun.
Night Docking.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Halfway to the Sun?
Halfway to the Sun. Oh,
great drum.
that is for Brent
intro.
and Carrie all the way.
I heard them talk about I Did It for Love. Not that they're gonna play it. Don't even go there.
Oh, there we go. It's
official.
Ed has stated Night Ranger is playing I Did It for Love.
Stop it. I've heard them talk about it.
They didn't even want to put that on the album.
Man in Motion, right on Reason to Be.
Don't start thinking. That's the song they need to be play.
I'm sorry, guys, but I don't.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Unless one of us wins the lottery, and then we say, "I'll pay whatever fee it takes."
It's got a cool album cover.
Yeah.
Isn't there a story behind the guy in the background? What is it?
Well, I don't know if there's a story, but the big thing with those guys is they paid, was it Hugh Syme to do that album cover. He's the one that designed like a lot of the album covers for Rush and stuff like that. So they pay him to do this, big album cover. They get that, and then I don't know, right down the road, Survivor.
It was a week later. They were a week apart.
It's almost the same fucking album cover, just without the guy.
Yeah, Google Survivor album cover.
Yeah.
Tell Ed which album.
It looks almost like a Boston album too.
Yeah.
Like Google Survivor.
Yeah, Google Survivor. What's the name of that record?
Something Heat.
I don't know, but the guys are, we've just talked about it.
Album cover.
We've talked about it recently, and they're still like, it's still a touchy subject.
A little salty on that one.
Yeah, like, hey, we paid.
What album is it? Listen, what is it?
Type in like Survivor 1980.
Too Not to Sleep.
He's got it.
Too Not to Sleep. Too Not to Sleep.
Yeah, I made
the same sun in background.
Yeah.
I made a comparison of those two on the page. I'll find it and I'll email it to you. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Tom Chapin. Does the band prefer to headline its own shows entirely or have a support act open for them?
I don't me logistically and production wise, it's always great to have an evening with. That's just us.
Yeah.
I'm okay with a opening support act as long as they know how to act and not come running up to my band as I'm walking on stage asking for a photo. That kind of shit. Because what happens with that is you get the uncles, sisters, brothers, barbers, so and so backstage, and that's when I control the venue. Then at that point, they have to have our stickers, and they get, if there's 5 band members, they get 5 stickers and 1 for some guy to help them. That's it. Again, it's just I don't need chaos and bedlam.
So he's got enough of it handling Levy. Gail Roman wants to know, number 1, how is the decision made for opening bands for Night Ranger? Do you sometimes use local bands, or is it up to the venue?
Up to the venue promoter. They submit it for our approval. That kind of thing.
And number 2, other than Night Ranger, what is your favorite band and style of music?
Yeah, I mean, I have such an array of songs on my playlist.
There's your favorite band, Ed.
That's Brent's collection.
Yes.
No, he's seen it before.
I don't have. I mean, I always go back to the '80s hair band stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy Metallica, but I enjoy like recently, like I discovered Apple Music thanks to Angela, and my wife gets the family plan, and so like I downloaded recently. Like this is some cool shit. Where the hell is it? Seriously, let me find it real quick. Where the hell? How do I find it? Right there. Okay. Like I just downloaded like Paul Simon, Me and Julio, Down by the Schoolyard.
Yeah.
Jim Croce, you know. Gordon Lightfoot, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, a little Gordo.
Yeah, I like Queen a lot. Mia likes Queen a lot too, so I enjoy Queen.
Oh, legends.
And I have the albums that my brothers grew up with me on, so I had those, you know. And I think the fact that I played drums and I've always liked all different kind of rave music. Like I love DJ Easy, Rob Bass, and you know, Easy.
It Takes Two.
Yep, It Takes
I mean,
Two.
I don't know. What?
Yeah, like I like that, but yet I like Debbie Gibson, you know. So
Brent.
Oh, I got a picture of Debbie Gibson right after she kissed me on the cheek. I look like the Joker. I'm smiling like from here to.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
Oh my God!
She's coming out. She's coming. I think she's
coming here.
Coming to Cincinnati. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just played Nashville recently.
You want to go? It's a Sunday night.
This Sunday?
No. It's. I think in May or whatever.
Listen, June, July, and August. I'm hope I still married as we're gone so much. So
Yeah.
although my wife's like, even
When are you leaving?
Yes, exactly.
Download the new Lit album, Tastes Like Gold. Andy will back me
Solid.
up on that.
Solid. You will not be disappointed.
You know what's funny? So two of the guys in Lit live in Nashville, right?
Right.
Yeah, the Popoff
AJ and
brothers.
Jeremy.
We were there in Nashville doing some gear work, and they play. There was a video that didn't they walk in on two guys singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're walking down the street and there's the open venues and
Yeah.
some guy was singing their hit and they jumped on stage.
I saw the venue and I thought of that. I was like, oh wait, that's where Lit played, and you know, Angela and Dave, and I'm like, this is where Lit played, and they jumped on stage, and I had to pull up the video. I'm like, no, I'm being serious. That's my little tip about Lit.
Yeah, they're
well,
good
you know,
guys.
Kevin from Lit did our photo shoot.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm going to be.
Aren't they going out? They're going out there this year, aren't they? I thought.
Yeah, they're going to be in. Where are you going to be in Illinois? Where's that?
Decatur.
Yeah,
Decatur.
they're going to be in Decatur the night before Night Ranger. That's on. That's the end of June. Because July 1st, I'm going to see Lit in Indiana, and then they're going to be here. What, July 3rd, Andy, in Cincinnati?
Yeah,
nice.
So I'm going to have a Lit weekend that weekend.
Nice. What else?
Weekend. That's the end of the
Come
question
on.
from the fans. Hell,
Ed, what's in your office? What's in Ed's office that he could show us that we don't even know about?
get his
Something
kid,
that's going to make us drool.
Get your kid, the
and that you're
spider
gonna send
monkey,
it-
up the desk in the back. See what's up on top.
Yeah. Something you're going to send to all three of us. I'm just... Ed, you always got something cool in that office.
Wait a minute. 1 second. Let me mute you.
Tell him to go get something.
now's the time we talk crap about him.
Yeah, it's not in his office technically, but it'll work. Where's that Jack Blades bass?
Yeah, really.
I thought you liked playing
riveting podcast talk here. Listen,
Best thing I got for you. All access backstage. Jana McCoska was one of the photographers that filmed or shot at my brother's concerts. She's from Cleveland. It's just
she had that great picture of Jack.
Yeah.
That everybody wanted.
That?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Didn't we auction one of these off, didn't we? What's in
you did.
Tom Chapin's got that hanging up in his house.
Isn't that a great picture? That was from the first show and down at the theater, at the amphitheater.
Yeah.
And then here's one of Brad.
That's cool.
Look at him. Look how built he is for his age. God bless
I
him.
know. Sad.
Horrible.
He should look more like us, more round, more doughy.
Yeah.
He had a couple of things, but I think we put stuff in the basement so I can hang up.
Ed, I had a question that Josh wouldn't read. Do you need an assistant? Because I'm available.
I have one, Angela.
Oh, need another. Does Angela need an assistant? That's what I'm getting at.
Dude, she's a rock star. You know what she said to me the one day? She's like, Ed, I'm sitting out front, and somebody walks up to me and says, "Hi, Angela, how are you?" And obviously the fan in motion or something like that. And she's like, they know my name.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they know all of our names. It's just like,
Yeah.
funny.
Hey, whenever I'm at a show, I always go. I go to her multiple times a night and ask her what does she need, because I know she can't leave.
Yeah.
You know, she's a great girl.
She's a
great
hustler.
person.
I've spent time with her.
She's a workhorse, boy. She's one of those behind the scenes. I always keep saying she's my boss, or just like there's a date take over. She's like, nope. I like to be behind the scenes.
When we were in Indiana, she was telling me how she got the whole Paul Stanley's cracked mirrored guitar like that week.
Yeah, she's a Kiss fan.
I'm like,
Huge
oh my
Kiss
God.
fan. That's how I met her. We met her on the Kiss cruise. She was friends with Whitney.
We had a lot that night I was hanging out working merch with her and hanging out. We had some great conversations about Kiss. Like that about Night Ranger. I'm like, wait a minute, you like Kiss? We got to talk.
Well, didn't Tommy Thayer play her Gibson GS because his guitar wasn't working or something like that? Or
I don't know. That
I don't know.
Yeah, she did. I know that for a fact because they were doing Christmas pudding in Phoenix with Alex Cooper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how cool is that?
She was helping out with that, and she had to get her guitar, and he played her GS.
Wow,
cool. She's got she's worked with some heavy hitters. Like she toured with Tool, Joe Bonamassa. Like she's got story. You gotta get her on.
We gotta get her on.
She won't go. I mean,
she had her
tough.
She had her friend get a guitar pick.
Joe Walsh.
Yeah, the pick guard.
Yeah,
signed by Joe Walsh. Her friend, hooked her up, and they got it and sent it to her, and they didn't take the plastic. The plastic film to protect it. They didn't take it off, so it's signed on that. So every time I see her, I'm like, "How's it holding up?" Because we're afraid it's going to start peeling, and So.
I have an extra mirrored pick guard for this one right here, the PS10 behind. That one. And I've had it for 20 years. It's in the guitar case. It's never peeled off.
Nice. Yeah. If you don't put the fluorescent light in, I think you're okay.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have
that goes back to my hard rock years.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad to hear that at least someone was rubbing their nips to Ed. The rest of you need to get on your game. There's going to be a lot of Ed. You're going to be a busy guy beginning, really about the middle of June to about the middle of August. You guys are going to be touring like it's 1985 again.
Yeah. Is there any shows that you haven't put up yet that we can talk about or do?
There's some that have not been announced, but if you really want to know what they are out there, go to the band's online store and look at the new tour shirt, and all the dates are there, even the ones that have not been announced yet. Okay. But let me pull.
I mean, I know we're going to Minneapolis area in December.
Yeah,
smart.
Why not?
Hasn't been announced yet.
I know. We'll be up in the Washington State area in November. Yep. We'll leave it at that. This has been announced, I believe, 80s in this 80s Music Festival.
It just got announced. The Lincoln, California.
No. 80s Music Festival in Mexico.
Is that the 80s in the Sand or whatever it is?
80s. Well, they used to call it 80s in the Sand. Now I think it's the 80s Music Festival. But yeah, we're headlining that. So those of you that I'm sure they know, but we definitely will be there.
One that just got announced was the June 16th in Montrose, Colorado. So you're kind of starting to fill in that weekend that was empty.
We're playing in the Bay Area.
Yeah, you got Pleasanton, California, which is basically Alameda County.
Right, but also in Eric's hometown.
That has not been announced yet.
We'll be in Oregon.
And that show, like Alta, I don't even know what it's called, Altameda or whatever.
Umatilla.
Yeah, that's out there.
What about North Carolina?
No.
September.
Um,
Montana.
no. Corbin, Kentucky in July, which
Lincoln.
is one of the Mardi Gras shows that just got
Yeah.
announced. Yeah, I take that back. August 6th, Charlotte, North Carolina.
What about-
Wait, no, that's a Brett Michaels
Gras.
show. The Durant, Oklahoma, and Castle Rock, Colorado in August.
Yeah.
And then you got the makeup shows for Anaheim, Ivins, Utah, and State Line, Nevada, 25th to the 27th.
During that Durant run, there's going to be some other people.
Yeah. And yeah, I think there's some, shows that are still, like I said, to be announced, but you got some in Michigan and out west. And
dude, that show in I know it's on the other side of the country, boy, but that Lincoln, California show at Thunder Valley.
Yeah, the one
has that been announced yet?
It just got announced.
Okay, Night Ranger, Wang Chung, A Flock of Seagulls, General Public,
Be right back.
Missing Persons, and Naked Eyes. Where'd
Brent, he gets tired of your shit. So but
he ran out like he had to go do number 2.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna be in California at the end of September. You guys gonna be out that way?
I don't think at the end.
Ask Josh.
No,
I gotta look up my calendar.
I don't think at the end. At the beginning, that Labor Day weekend is that
When
80s.
are you gonna be there?
I'll be there at the last weekend of the month.
No, Carolina will be.
Mm-hmm.
With Carolina.
We were out there one year. We go to that Ohana Music Festival, and we were there one year, and Sammy had something going on up in up the pike at Huntington Beach. He had a music festival going on. It was Sammy and Night Ranger was playing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, shit, I got tickets for this festival with my wife. And I was like, can I just run up there by myself real quick and catch Night Ranger and Sammy? And
we'll be in Colorado. We'll be in Idaho, Wisconsin, and Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in Wisconsin a couple times.
Yeah,
come back to Nashville, man.
Yeah, the Decatur, Indiana, no, Decatur, Illinois show was just announced. That's at Devon Shore Amphitheater.
And was it Marietta?
Marietta, Ohio, at the People's Bank Theater.
Did you wash your hands?
Oh, no, I was just taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Thanks.
No, I had to go let my daughter in.
That Durant, Oklahoma show. There should be a Texas and another show surrounding that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Brent shows have been announced, right? Daytona Beach has been announced.
Yes, in early August.
Albany?
What about the one I emailed you about?
No. What?
Huh?
Email me.
And I emailed you about a certain show.
And what city? What state?
Kentucky.
Oh,
Corbin?
I know. It's not been announced. It's not been announced yet.
Okay, we won't talk about it.
Yep.
Yes, it's happening.
Yeah.
There's one in New York, in the state capital. Pleasanton. What about Michigan? Before Pleasanton?
No.
Yeah.
And one of those is a private show too, right? So
that's another Michigan.
Okay.
There was a Michigan before that. Something to do with some cherries. Cherry Festival.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Breaking news: Night Rangers headlining the Cherry Festival.
There you go. You get all the.
What about the Indiana show after the Mount Gilead? Has that been announced?
Yes, Shipshewana.
That's a great name. Don't you want to say like Shipshewana?
Well, I tell
every
people,
time I think of that, I think of Ship. I don't know. A song.
You want to dance?
Bring your own booze. It's in the middle of nowhere, and it's an Amish country. It's an Amish country.
Dude, the venue is phenomenal. Did you go with us last time? No.
I didn't make that one.
I bought tickets when I was in Afghanistan because I really wanted to see the Bellamy Brothers. So when I came back, I went there to go see the Bellamy Brothers.
There's the that's a great place for food because you get the Amish cooking right there. Oh, yeah.
But everything closes at 5:30 except for the Subway at the gas station.
Yeah, but there's a pretzel place there. They're known for their famous soft pretzels. Oh.
Well, do you know how many men it takes to please an Amish woman?
Oh boy.
Men a night.
2 men a night. 2 men a night. There you go. My almost joke.
God,
Where's your
We
waitresses?
just lost
Where
our
are we- where is this going?
our Amish crowd, Josh. Way to go.
I know.
Yep.
But
yeah.
you
Well,
gonna-
thanks for all the conversation and all the questions, guys.
Yeah, let's end this. It's like 2 hours long.
This is what happens when we get together. It's a party.
Yeah,
Well,
I told Josh I was going to have to leave at 8:30, and I thought, man, this is going to run. And my daughter said, somebody could bring me home from work. I'm like, that's fantastic.
I could just walk home from work, Dad. Like, all right.
Nice.
Sounds good.
No, I thought everything went well, and I appreciate everybody's support. And
like I said, if you're out there, rub the nips, let them know you're from Fans in Motion. He loves to hear
Do
that.
the twerk. Do the twerk.
Yeah. I'm glad.
Climb up on the counter and get your wife's purse.
Yeah. What was the last episode we did with Andy where, dude, you were like about ready to fall asleep?
Oh my God. I've been working some crazy hours, and we're going on. And if you
was that Brandfold? That was a Brandfold.
Yeah,
thing,
you see me. I just start drifting, and I'm like,
well, no, you weren't even eyes are shut. You were just.
I was so
like
tired.
And there was one interview we did, we never released, and Josh and I were on. It was like 3:34 in the morning. We were still talking to this guy because it didn't record the first time, something. And Josh said I was falling asleep during. I didn't know I was falling asleed. I just know I'd move like this, trying to wake myself up.
Just see him bump his head into the microphone, wake up. So, Ed, anyways,
Yes.
thank you for joining us
Thanks again. It's always fun with you guys, and
I think
appreciate you guys preaching the good word of the Night Ranger.
I think you're like
We love him.
7-8 times on here now or something like that.
I know who's got the record, me or Levy?
Levy.
Levy's gonna be close. Lauser's still up there.
You've lately been on more than I have.
Yeah.
You're out moonlighting on another podcast. I see the writing on the wall, Andy.
What? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like bad movie reviews, I mean, it's out there. Flick flops. I don't know.
Hey, did anybody see Air yet?
No, man.
No.
I want. Somebody on the page did.
Yeah, Brad saw it. I know that.
I can't wait. It looks good. Besides the
Brad
the
who?
Ranger.
Gillis.
Oh,
Gillis.
well, I mean,
him and-
Yeah, I
The
know.
wig.
I know one of our
Yeah.
that
our
guy,
friends in
that guy.
Japan. One of our friends in Japan posted he had the only ticket, I think, to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
in Japan.
really not very popular there.
No, I think he went to a matinee the day it came out, and
I know I want to go see it, and my wife's like, it's rated R. I don't think we should bring the kids. I'm like, they haven't heard me say fuck before.
Yeah.
forgive me. That was Spinning Gold. That wasn't Air. Forgive me. It was Spinning Gold. I forgot.
Oh, Brent, that's how you ruin the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see Air. I got a little time on my hands. Maybe I'll go during the week.
Yeah. All right. Well, give Jack our best and let him know everybody on the page is thinking of him, and thank you for joining us, and tell all the listeners out there, Ed, how much you love them.
I love you when you respect me.
There you go. I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm. Hey, disrespecting me, I really love you.
If I haven't answered your DMs or whatever the hell you send me, I'm sorry, but I just won't.
Do you get a lot of those?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I just told Josh, I'm like, deal with these. It's just there's a certain boundary, people. Like
No, I'll get sometimes 20 or 30 a day, and I can't answer. I just can't open them right away. And I had somebody say one time, "Don't you like me?" It's not that. I don't have all that time of the day to be looking at everything.
Right.
I'll get to it eventually.
I'm the same way when Brent sends me shit. I don't answer.
That's 100% right.
He's like, "Don't you like me?" I'm like, "Bingo."
But Josh sends me dick pics, so
Yeah. It's just selfies Brent takes. I just
are we still recording?
Yes, we are.
It's usually of his dog, though.
This could be for the yearly outtakes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, hell yeah, I haven't probably been listening to episodes, man. I think I mentioned jerking off on every episode now. So
that's a problem. We need a quality control person for this fucking thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure we already got it in this episode. Didn't we talk about something there?
We talked about cigarettes in a bad way.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying the British are bad just because they have different terms?
Oh yeah.
They need to learn how to cook first, and then they can start judging other things.
And if you'd been in that gas station, you'd been in tears, man. To see
I
that girl's
wish
face.
I was.
And, I
It was
mean,
right on the corner from the venue. So when you pull out of the venue and turn left at that light, it was right there at that BP. I'll never
You know,
forget
I will
it.
say this. I will say this is that we have a lot. I'm sure a lot of acts have a lot of passionate fans. They obviously don't have a platform like this where they can give their opinion, and you know, you guys put it out there and all that. But to hear some of the people's like just stories or conversations, it does mean a lot. And the guys really appreciate it. I even appreciate it. I mean, to see the joy of Mark Greenaway. Yeah, why? That's fine. Get your mouth.
there he is.
Hey,
buddy. Go to bed. Say hi to guys.
Hi.
How you doing?
He's
So-
like, what a bunch of nerds.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead. Not you, them.
No, us.
I saw a video of
Yeah.
it. It was on YouTube.
Hey,
What's
can-
your Night Ranger story?
Did you hear what he said? He saw a video of you guys on YouTube.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Well,
we
he just
Thank you.
He probably just means Andy.
Thank you. Tell all your
flip
friends.
flops or whatever. Hey, can we see you climb the thing behind you?
No. Go to bed.
Yeah, come on, be like Donkey Kong. Go, do it.
No.
Josh is a bad influence.
His recent game is Gorilla Tag on the Oculus.
Oh,
Hey,
But that-
take
we
them
said
to
that
see
you
Mario
did.
Brothers.
Put up with that for a week in Vegas and see how you go.
Take them to see Super Mario Brothers. They'll love it.
uh-oh. He's sliding in.
Yeah,
No,
there he is.
get out of here.
Gorilla tag.
No.
I played Gorilla Tag. I think it was in Topeka in the '90s. Well, I tagged a
my-
gorilla. I can't remember exactly what her name was, but god
It
damn,
was Jane Goodall.
she had more hair on her back than
How
I did.
does this shit happen with him? I
I
just
don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, Topeka.
nice.
So, anyways,
Anyways, getting back,
you're
you're
talking about Mark.
You're talking about how great our platform is.
no, yeah, I mean it's a good time. It's a good thing. The band knows it, they see it. So it's, you know, I've only had to deal with one band. I'm sure other bands go through this too, but it's cool, and just as long as that respect factor is there, and you know,
Mm.
we're not talking about tagging gorillas.
Well,
Mm.
listen,
That's our next episode.
yeah. I mean,
When in
come on.
Rome, man.
Well, we've
Yeah.
all been there, you know.
Yeah.
Just
You can tell groupie stories next time.
Yeah. No, I don't have anything, man. They're all
I mean, the only
No,
thing,
there's no
I mean,
groupie stories now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, just as long as it's dark, you can't feel ugly, you know.
Oh,
all right. Gotta go.
So, anyways, yeah, I mean, to what you were saying is like sometimes someone will write, something heartfelt like, "Hey, this song
Got me through this.
correct," and I will, take a screenshot and send it to, if Jack wrote it, send it, and they are appreciative. So now don't be all of you going on
Here it
there and
comes.
posting stuff. 'cause
I know my DMs are gonna go through
yeah.
the roof now.
But the band does see some of this stuff that you guys post, because I will. Some of them are on there; they get to see it, but I will make sure some of them get to see, if some of these stories and everything. So, and they're appreciative. It's just there's so many stories and people. It's just hard
Mhm.
all out there. But yeah, who would have thought? God, we're hitting. Hell, it might be the anniversary.
3 years.
3 years right now. It was right around the 15th when I created a Facebook page and added Brent, and we started adding people. It was right before my kid's birthday. So he's
Yeah.
April 20th.
How many people have you blocked or kicked off?
I'm a blocking motherfucker.
Yeah, I kicked somebody
But
off
we're
last
up to
week.
we're up to 7,800 people on the page.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, we
You know,
got 5,000 like a year ago.
Yeah, it's amazing, and
Yeah, I
know.
mean, if someone's just a negative POS, I block.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't matter if it's on the Night Ranger page. Even then, if they, I wouldn't see you guys in '85. Why would I go see you now? And I'm like, well, one, you're following this page.
Yeah, why are you here?
Two, you're taking the time to comment.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't have time for this shit.
I feel
There was some dude that posted a week after I posted the Get Well Jack, Fans Emotion Loves You. And the guy's like, he's out of the hospital. This is old news. I went, thank you for your timely response. and I kicked him off. I was pissed. I was sick of
someone just posted, I guess they got inside knowledge on the page today that Damn Yankees will be touring in the fall. Ed, what do you know about that?
No, they're not.
Yeah. Maybe the play has come to your town.
Well, I just know by the schedule. I'm like, that ain't happening. Unless they're playing on fucking Tuesday nights.
Right.
But I just thought that was funny, Yeah, I know something. They're playing, and I just let it be.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
That's
All
not
right.
going to happen.
All right.
All right, Ed.
I got
Thank
my
you.
glasses on. I gotta go do official Night Ranger work now.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, and
Thanks for having me again.
I guess we'll see you in a couple months on here. That seems to be about the going rate right now.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys. Deuces.